bottom lane, I feel like JDG are going to feel more inclined, especially with more Shun's camps ending on the top side, to go for those grubs in 2 minutes time.
Yeah, and that'll allow Pays to get a little bit of strength here. He went and called in a recurve bow. Meanwhile, on the other side, Lee's got a BF sword. Something you have to be very, very careful about dealing with. Shun is actually going to show up on the bottom lane. He's going to look to make a play on Dwayne. They're going to drop down Tibbers as well. Double taunt coming out, but Dwayne doesn't have anybody to jump to. Tibbers burning him away, and he's forced to flash out.
That's that phase rush, baby. He does not get out of there if he doesn't have that much MS.
Nope.
So that was very clever from him getting the taunt plus the Justice Punch to proc it. Still, yeah, like you said, does have his flash taken away, but Galio has enough mobility that I think he's not too hurt about it. And this is going to be the Dragon now being started here.
Uh-oh. The minions, the maiden, the shields, the slam of the shovel, and first blood to solo kill.
Hey, look, he's pulling off his namesake. He had a D-Shield and a Cull, and he makes that happen as soon as he hits level 6. Incredible stuff from the new top laner of Ninja's Pajamas, a mid-split substitution for Shanji, and he has, I think, really proven himself and kind of earned his spot here already.
Yeah, and if you thought he hadn't before, with that play, he manages to get the job done and earn that spot.
Tiamat versus D-Shield and Cull. And solo kill with the Maiden just ends up finding him there. That's a huge win, not only in terms of a plate going over, but also, I think, relieving pressure and at least preventing JDG from making another play with their Shen ultimate.
Uh-oh, here comes Scout on the way down, and Shun is going to have the Shen come through on him, and they're going to make a play onto Aki. Galio coming in, as Aki will secure the blue buff. The triple taunt is out. So is PP coming through as well. Missing only landed the taunt on the one after the handshake. Lee flashing away, going on missing. The Tibbers came down to try and stop Lee. Meanwhile, the fight's so broken. Allah is going to be able to dash out as well as Shun. And somehow, some way, it's a 1-for-0 in favor
Yeah,
of
but
JDG.
look at the summoner spells that were used. Almost everybody using their flash. Aki, Lee, PP on JDG side. It's the flash from Shun and Scout. That's a huge investment. And now, Shun is trying to steal away at least one of these grubs. He'll get it. Solo Kill's going to come and check. He's going to just dash over this wall. Pantheon is already back in the area, so it'll be 2 grubs going over to NIP. A decent win, I think, even though they had to trade a kill for it.
Yeah, it's quite good for them. Credit to
some of these. I mean, you have a Malignance potentially on the cards here for Scout, who will have access to his teleport, but not having your completed item in mid,
Okay.
oh god.
Yeah, we're going to go for the play. It was a solid enough handshake, but Leave will bleed out. PP God cannot help him enough.
He didn't even get to buffer it. He didn't use his I think his charge got stopped in the middle of his jump, so, I mean, Leave gets caught out. That's a huge win for JDG. Usually it is impossible to try to find Tristana, especially because you have a Renata right next to her. Allah knows, well, hell, they're not going to play for this dragon, so I might as well just back up. I might have to just give this entire turret to to NIP. And that'll be at least 1 dragon going over.
Somehow, some way, Lee finds a way to die in some really strange situations. Love that you pointed out, Solo Kill doing his thing, almost 1,000 gold lead. Right now, it feels like JDG don't have an answer to this guy. We're seeing an IP walk up here, as it should. Decides he wanted to take a Q in. Missing will get stunned, take a little bit of damage, but nothing more than that. As it looks like these teams are fishing for a fight, Lee is going to engage onto Pays. Hey, he's going to get knocked up himself. What a flash by Shun as well. And the feats of warfare go to JDG, and Pays once more out of the fight, but he goes right into a taunt, into a knockup, but he's got Allah to help him out. Flash taunt lands, but the ultimate from PP God means that nobody else can follow up Allah. But Blasco knocks Dwayne off to the side, but JDG cannot push further, and Solo Kill gets the turret.
Hey, we'll take that though. NIP, they put a lot into that top lane. Solo Kill now on this Yorick. He is so far ahead. I mean, he now gets to probably finish his completed Trinity Force here, alongside having a Cull almost completed advantage here. You gotta see this. I think the big thing that I'm noticing right now is the experience differential. See this play onto Allah.
All with a nice taunt there, and Galio is going to come in as well to try to help out the rest of NIP. And Shun realizes, I cannot help you, Allah, but he goes in on the backside here, trying to take down Aki, heals up a little bit, manages to find the kill. We got him missing, going to meet each other here, and Shun is going to get back onto the turf and gets flashed on and taken down by Solo Kill. And now Missing is stuck on an island here. He gets taunted next, but Doinby dies at the turret.
Wow. That was really well played from Missing. This is why his Recon is feared, by the way. He was basically on like a 27-game winning streak on this champion at one point in the league. Unfortunately, it was broken this year, but he is really insane. He's one of our original Recon GOATs here in the LPL. So While all that was happening, though, with 2 members from JDG dying, they did end up grabbing a turret there for Scout. So with Doingby falling as well, I feel like the mid lane shift is starting to happen. Aki as well giving some of those kills. We're already starting to see, look at Lee by himself. Almost took this mid-tier 1 completely on that first charge, but is unable to do so here and continues to try to get himself back into this game after some errors.
And we'll see. That turret will, it's highly likely to go down eventually, maybe in some sort of potential Dragon scrap, as the Rift Herald has been started up over on the top side of the map with Dragon coming in about a minute. Solo Kill is going to show up down to the bot lane and finish what he started and take down bot tier 1. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Pays getting hand shook, but he gets big. Shields and Scout comes in over the top as well. And JDG, all of them just show up to the party. And Aki goes down too. It's a 2-0 for JDG. They have the Rift Herald and they're ready to try to break this game open.
You said it was a hands check, but for who? Pace didn't even use any of his summoner spells in that. He just walked up, he took damage, he's like, I know you do not have any deeps like that. My team is right next to us. Hell, we got a freebie here. Solo Kill respawns or resets, gets himself a completed Spear of Shojin, but Pays and the rest of JDG, he was already starting to show those glimpses of not missing a beat from his time on JDG. Pays has been really impressive.
Flash taunt all the way over there. We're going to try to go over the top with Aki as well. And he dodged down on Scout's stun. Scout will go down, and NIP make a quick play on that Annie.
How much more can they get, though? They're losing access to mid. NIP will be able to grab themselves the Dragon, but there's really no stacking. We're at 18 minutes, and this is their second Dragon for the Ninjas in Pajamas. They lose another mid wave. Solo Kill right now is 3,000 gold over his opponent at 19 minutes. We literally just saw this in the LTA with Fudge versus, it was Thanatos and Whippo. That was a crazy matchup. This time it's on the Yorick. I don't know if he's going to have necessarily the same level of impact. So it's going to be the Otacon spawning on the top side of the map with Kaisa and the Vi. Feels like it is very easy for JDG to just take this kind of objective. And especially with them having priority in mid, they basically just keep bouncing between this wave and playing around this top side objective.
My goodness. I hate Yorick. I hate playing against him.
Oh, we're teleporting for this. Hell yeah.
Guess who hates Yorick too? JDG. As they show up and they're going to throw everything at this guy. Nice dodge on the taunt there, so Ala is forced out. Just going to try to buy as much time as he can, but NIP can't really get anything on the other side.
Okay, that's a kill though. NIP are just now getting back to their waves. Doinby's pushing a top lane wave, which will just be answered by Annie. So that's exactly much of efficacy when we're talking about hitting turrets. So
hold on one second. Ala trying to juke out here. He could find himself in a little bit of trouble, but he does have the option to go over the wall, which he will. But yeah, your point about split pushing is so right, man. It feels like the only thing that you can really do when you're split pushing is try to catch someone in transition. And that requires your team to be super coordinated about it. Speaking of super coordination, Otacon has been started up here. This thing is trying to make sure that members of NIP stay away. Are looking to take this one out. They do. The teleport is coming in. Here comes Aki. He's knocked up over on the side. Shun going all the way in over on the Solo Kill. Meanwhile, Ala tanking up a lot of damage. Here comes the ultimate from Renato, but an immediate cleanse from Pays, but he's forced away. Leaves gonna hop in. Pays drops his ultimate, and they manage to find him anyway. Pays and missing are so good. Scout with a stun on the backside means that Aki will bleed out in the bush, and PP God will fall too. That is an ace for JDG.
They only lose Ala, and goddamn, man, I want to watch that replay again because Missing played that fight incredibly. Very few of the summoner spells used from JDG. They get the Otacon, they'll grab a top lane tier 2 as well, and they absolutely dominate NIP in this game number 2. They have no proactive side lane movements. Solo Kill, unfortunately, is not going to be able to split enough before this game becomes untenable for NIP.
That bailout, it could have made this a different game off battery. You know, Leave would have maybe been able to get a reset after the shield fell off Pays, but not to be had. Down on the bottom side, JDG making their camp set up in the bottom jungle. They take out bot tier 1, and they take out the Dragon next.
This is just clean. This is exactly what we need to see from NIP, or from JDG, I should say. A very dominant game against, again, a bottom team here in the league. But I didn't want any kind of maybes around JDG coming in. And they're just going to absolutely wreck Solo Kill. He actually escapes with a Dark Procession and a Flash. Very well played for him to be able to survive.
Yeah, they got the nade. Okay. Hey, you know, Baron's up in 28 seconds. I don't think this really means a whole lot there, but it's relevant. We'll see how desperate NIP elects to get.
2-item Tristana. But Pays is incredibly fed. There's a Stand United. Shun is only just now leaving the base. This could be their objective to take.
Yeah, they're going to even commit the full teleport, not the Stand United. Here comes the open from Renata over on the backside. They're going to go set their sights onto Galio right now as Noimbi will be able to get out. The Baron will go over to NIP. Missing on the backside, maybe looking for a cheeky play. Doesn't have his ultimate. Knocks up Leave on the buffer, which shoots him back, but Missing will survive. Now Shun looking for a little bit more. He's going to target out Leave, and Pays gets in there too. And they find a kill. A nice cleanse for Pays, and over on the other side, Ala with the taunt. Scout over the top. Missing, and Pays still alive. Take out Aki. Ace NIP. Who needs Baron?
And it's a clean one at that. Nice Baron power play for NIP. We'll see you in the next series after this because it is just complete domination here. JDG chase them off of the Baron pit. They get even more kills for themselves. Now they're just going to have a full court press. They can even play for the Dragon in 3 minutes time. I mean, there it feels like nothing can go wrong here for Jindon Gaming. They can have minor errors, but you just look at the difference in the 80 carries right now. Pays has been, and by far, is standing out to be potentially our best 80 carry in the league. And I know I have been arguing for Leave to mean that Killer Instinct is going to be on a lower cooldown, more shielding, and he has a cleanse in case his summoner spell is not already up.
Yeah, honestly, if this dude dies, I don't really know what to say. It feels like he's a bit of an unkillable Demon King at this point in the game. You talked about it, Pays certainly in contention for one of the best 80 carries in the LPL. He is certainly playing like he wants that #1 spot.
Yep.
Aki going to try to protect against a lot of the damage that's getting put down by Scout, by Pays. It's just so hard. They're getting squeezed so badly.
Well, let's see how they put the finishing touches on this game, man. This is exactly the JDG I needed to see, dude. I'm ready for this team to take over here in the league. I want to see them play competitive series versus Top Esports. We even got that earlier on a couple of days ago. That was one of the best series that we got here in the LPL just from a gameplay level. So, needs to be up into the snuff.
Yeah, and they're going to have opportunities. And the big reason why is JDG doesn't really have great siege. We saw them dump all the damage on Aki, didn't actually kill him. But how many autos did they get on that bottom turret? Not that many. You know, Pays, for as great as he is, can't change the range of Kaisa, mostly because he doesn't have rapid fire. But what they can do here is they can go and pick off PP God. He is solo. Pays gets to the backside, and he rips apart and forces Leave out too. And the flash taunt onto Aki, and that's what JDG needed. Another big fight win.
And now they'll be able to even teleport and stop Yorick. They can protect their mid-tier 1. I mean, hell, it was a great attempt coming in from NIP to try to stop that. But now, Scout's teleporting. Doinby, you better run, brother. You better hope that phase rush is putting in work.
You can run, but you cannot hide from Pays and Scout and JDG as they move to the Dragon.
I mean, hell, welcome NIP to the home arena. It'll be a swift 2-0 here coming into the night. And with this win, JDG will lock up a spot in top 4, which means that BLG and Invictus Gaming are fighting for the very last spot for an auto bid into playoffs. That is so important. It means you're playing one less best of 5, and I mean, hell, the 5th place team is going to be playing against the 2nd seed from...
There's just a lot of uncertainty. There's more tape on, you know, IG.
I mean,
BLG
18 best of 3s versus 5 is definitely more convincing for me to know who's going to win a series.
Oh, 100%, without a doubt.
I think that's completely fair. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I just think there's
what
a lot
that
of
ends up-
uncertainty.
Yeah, sure. There's also a lot of downtime that the Group Nirvana teams, at least from having official stage games. JDG, they're going to finish this up. They're going to take themselves the Baron. This melts incredibly quickly, especially with a 5-item Kaisa. Look at him. He has completed items. He also now has Navori Flicker Blade, so he's going to have every single one of his abilities up that much quicker. Finally, it is a mid-tier 1 falling an objective bounty going over to NIP. But now with the Baron, they should just be... I think they're really... The problem that they're kind of running into is they do have some shorter range champions, so it's very hard for them to siege. They actually need NIP to fight them if they want. Or just, hey, just give them mid-tier 1 or mid-inhibitor for free. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Hey, listen, you know what? Scout does have Flash available as well as Tibbers, so maybe that is what they could also use in order to really break this game and end it. They will be able to take out that inhibitor. They are going to go link up with Ala in the bot side and look to just kind of keep things nice and mellow and maybe even get that bottom.
Well, the problem now is that this Baron, you see in the top left, that's 213. Top right, 220 for the Dragon. So either the Baron ends the game, or JDG take all of NIP's base, then they move over and grab themselves Infernal Soul, reset and end. I don't think they're going to give NIP that chance. I think they're going to be looking to push on 2 lanes and look to take a 2-0 here in the series.
Shouldn't be that hard, but they have to finish it. You can see already Leave getting chunked out pretty hard as Pays really just not afraid of whatever NIP is going to throw at him. All right.
It's a zoning ult. It's a zoning ult. He's earned
It's
it.
a zoning
He's
leap.
played this game
It's
so
a
well.
zoning
He's earned
leap.
it.
Knock up there. See, all right, we're going in. We are trying to end the game. Pays cleanses it, gets to the back line, rips the health bars apart.
Baron,
He's
wait,
got a quad kill.
Penta?
Run him down! Run him down! Even
Give it to him!
Hockey's flashing away. Flash, taunt, pentakill for Pays, and he earned every bit of it this game.
Finally, they have given him a pentakill. There have been so many pentas stolen by Shun, stolen by Scout. It is finally his to take here. I think this is our 7th LPL pentakill here in 2025, and they have